Hello and good morning. Welcome in today. How's it going, Foxine? Thank you for being here bright and early from the start. Alright, we gotta play around with some volume things first. Oh, okay, so the pause screen is a family tree. That's kind of cool. Okay, that's already full up, so I guess it's all here on my end. Bump it up to about there. Well, I guess I'll have to play around with it again once somebody starts walking. Okay. Ingeborg. This is interesting. Pretty much all I know about this story is that it has something to do with the family tree and maybe a lot of people dying. Okay. So, let's get into it right away. I've got my water, I've got some apple juice, I had breakfast, everything is good. Let me just put on some lip balm. Because it's dry as fuck in here. Alright. Oh, pardon me. Edith Finch. With her...
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to start at the beginning. With the house.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to keep reading. Alright. She's quiet? Okay. Oh, that's a zoom in? Okay. I'll put it up to there then, we'll see how that goes. Picture's looking pretty good. Okay. Oh, zoomy zoom. No run, no jump. Okay.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Look. Are your hands cold, Foxine? Get it? Because they're foxgloves. Or because Island Gazette. And our mailbox looks like a house. Do I click with my mouse? I click with the mouse.
Inside
Okay.
the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Oof. What do we do? Okay, that's it. Is it?
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
I feel like that's too loud now. Unless it isn't, and I'm just crazy. So it was going up to the red. It's back. She is quiet, though. Pardon, this might take some messing around, I guess. Oh.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Okay.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. Can I go down here, though? Fuck yeah. Oh, I kind of like that I can wander around and explore. That's pretty cool.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Oh, fuck, this is where I was supposed to go. So much for exploring.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
I suppose this would be terrible. I mean, I guess you could probably drive up. Oh, it's a deer! Hi, let me look at you. Wow. Hey, deer. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I imagine, like, that's, like, a road or whatever, but just having forest around your house like this, to me, sounds like it would be very lovely indeed. Uh-oh. Milton Finch. Missing. Okay, so yeah, people going missing, people dying. She's got some family drama. Missing. Oh, another Milton Finch. I thought it was a different name for a second. Where did you go, Milton? Yes, I guess you would drive along there. But walking through the forest? How nice. Let me go check out that deer. Hello, dear. You've gone where I can't follow. Yeah, this is nice. Wow. What a strange house. Terraced garden? Terraced garden? Tiered garden? Whatever. And then I guess they just kept adding additions. Having like a little, garden box up there on the roof sounds like it'd be really cool. Looks like the Weasley house. You know? Maybe that was their inspiration. And only one chimney way up at the top. Ugh.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
The garage?
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Let me turn the music down a touch. I want VSync off? Maybe I want it on. We shall continue for now. Wow. More shadows and things. Whoa. Okay. Gary's Potting Mix plus fertilizer with Macromax. Nutrients for healthy plants.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
No, hello?
Looking in,
It was
I felt like
counterintuitive.
the house itself had been waiting for me.
Look at all them books. Alright. Suppose... Oh, there's a ramp. I get in through the garage? Perhaps not. Oh, is there like a mat or something? One that one might keep a key under? No. Hmm. Well, Edith, what next?
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond.
That's cool as
She said it
fuck.
had killed her husband.
The hell? Okay. How the fuck? Let me in house. Ah. Fuck is that? Look at the guy. Little statues and
The
stuff.
house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
Okay. That's not a door. I thought that was one of the action points. Hmm. Is it as easy as just walking up to this door? Oh, we're gonna crawl through the doggy door. Okay.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
Why is there a tennis ball on a string? So they just abandoned everything?
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
It's an old truck people would do so they didn't put the car through the wall and parking in the garage. Oh, like just to have like a point of reference for where they're supposed to be. Like marking X's on a stage for actors. Cool. I didn't know that. Thank you. I was about to start singing the sardine song, but that looks like a tuna. I think those are tuna fishes, not sardine fishes. Mushrooms, fuck yeah. Witch's Kitchen, Viking's Belly. Okay. So they're a little, like, they like to explore with food.
But instead of a family, they were just memories of one.
Oh.
Like how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon.
Oh,
Except
it's salmon.
Molly.
I thought it was a tuna. I should have paid attention to them jows. Tart apples.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
Is it just because of the forest, I suppose? White Rooster. Why do you have 2 copies of the Book of Mushrooms? And Tasting Thailand? That's okay. Assets are a thing. Oh, 3 copies of the Book of Mushrooms. Dang, y'all really like mushrooms. Holy fuck. Go in here. Dining room?
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Ah, okay, so the ramps.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Edie was having trouble. Oh, okay, so Edie was in a chair, or at least needed mobility aids, and was on oxygen, I guess? Weird that you would leave that if you left. Like, did Edie die, and that's why you chose not to bring... Okay.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Great-grandma. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Ooh! Ooh! I like this room.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah, this would be a library.
Had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house after it sank.
After it sank? Oh, they swirled and went up the chimney. But, like, that's cool as fuck. I would totally have a giant tree slice as a table. I'd feel bad because where's the tree? What happened to it? Why did it die? Did we cut it down and kill it? Or was it like one of those ones where you gotta cut it down because it's dead anyway? I suppose that's the original house. What a view. And like those 2 trees with their spindly branches framing the window like that? Yeah! Oh. A painted saw? Is that the saw they used to cut down that tree? That's interesting, painting a saw like that. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh, basement? We'll do that in a bit.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Oh. I like her dangly legs. But why is there a Bigfoot in the background? Barbara Finch. Oh, is that just a thing? Like Bigfoot was her jam? I like bugs. Cool. That goes back to that room. The kitchen. I suppose this was the front door.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
He's wearing a tiny crown. Fairy godparents. Oh. What is that? Oh.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
What? Okay. Why is it like that? Sealed up and whatnot. Okay. Does it always creak right there? No? Hate that? Okay. I suppose we could go downstairs first, because there seems to be a lot of upstairs.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Why, though? We will go into the basement. Oh.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
That's
Then
actually
Edie
weird.
retaliated and drilled peepholes.
What the fuck? Okay, I've always kind of liked the big walls like this, covered in pictures on the stairs. Whale! I mean, it was an orca, but you know. Okay.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Okay. That explains that. Why is that plugged in? Barbara, 1944 to 1960.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
That's like a creepy shrine. Dang, so she died when she was 16? Sheesh. Wait, did the library also have, a nameplate? Did I just miss it? Also, were those there before? Am I just blind?
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Okay, no, it's just the library. So why did her mom seal up the library as well, I wonder? And not just the bedrooms, I suppose. Okay, so that was Barbara's room. Check over here. Jeez. Aw! Because their last name is Finch, so those are Finches. Sven and Edie. That's a zebra finch. Pretty sure. So Edie was 90. I can't math right now. I'm fucking tired. 93. Sven Hofstad Finch. How come Edie doesn't have a last name for hers? He wasn't very old. Was that, quick maths, like 49 or something?
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Oh, she was an artist? Calvin and Sam. America and space. Oof, Calvin was 11.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
What do you mean? That's roped off. Command center. Man. Okay. Gregory. 1. Oh, no.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
This is a bathroom with a lot of shag carpet. A lot of fluffy fluff. Oh, hey, Zed. How's it going? Oh, this one is open. Okay. We'll check that out after I look at Molly. 10. Jeez.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Not too shabby, just working on stuff and wanted to pop in and hang for a while? Yeah! No problem. You can hang out as long as you like. I like the mice with the, like, Jacobean ruff. Jacobean ruff. I don't know how to say that. Oops. And this one
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Wow.
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Finches. This is cool. Like a whale shark. Whoa. Neat. Why is there a train underwater?
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Oh!
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Jeepers.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay, yes, but I don't want to miss anything, so let me just go back around here to this other door that I was avoiding because I was like, that's a lot of upstairs to investigate.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay. Alright. Oh.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Okay. Pardon me. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Is this also Odin? Might be. Okay. Cool. Just a little hidey hole where you like to have tea parties and make drawings?
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
That's cool.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Wow. Oh, dollies?
But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Oh, okay. Secret passages into each other's rooms. Kind of strange.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
'Cause this is, Molly, yeah. Oh. Neat masks. A whistle? That looks like something that we're going to need later.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Oh, she had a pet hamster? Maybe not. Those look like big droppings for a hamster, but, you know.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Okay.
being inside for the first time. I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Wow. Jelly! It's a jellyfish. The people made it look a lot bigger. Ooh,
I got the
Molly's
sense
journal.
Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my mom sealed the doors.
Oh, maybe this is one of Edie's paintings. Pine cone and little caterpillars and stuff. Oh, reproducing by segmentation. She was a fantasy girl.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Okay, now we're Molly. Don't eat your hamster.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Okay. You ate some gerbil food. Anything else over here? Oh no. No!
I kept eating and eating.
That, Holly is not...
I ate a lot of things that night.
Those are poisonous, aren't they? Yep. You poisoned yourself.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
It's a big bird.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Oh no!
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
That's good. Don't eat Christopher.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Oh man,
I
okay.
reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Ah. Now what? We just go back? Where do we go? Oh, now I can jump. I see, I see.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Hello?
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up.
Oh.
And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
Okay. It's a lot of rabbits. Where are we going? Are we gonna... For crying out loud.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
You ate a whole rabbit?
A mama rabbit.
Jeez.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
In a tree. What is happening? Okay.
I rolled off the cliff and into the ocean.
Okay.
Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Yeah? Where'd it go?
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Fat, juicy seals. Can I? Nom nom.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Little girl is tripping balls. I tore off her flipper and it tasted. You didn't even eat the rest? Crazy. Ah, I can see your blood.
Grabbed on tight. And I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Oh. Oh. What the fuck
Now
is
I was
this?
a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I'm a monster. Ah.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Oh, Jesus. And one wasn't enough. I can't see, brother. No, we'll go in.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Can I? With a rusty razor. Huh. We don't want this guy? Alright. No, other way. For crying out loud. Ah, yeah, no, we want to go around this way, okay. Yummy.
hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
The good smell. Brother!
I got closer and closer.
Oh, you eat yourself? Or are you eating the monster under your bed?
All of my stomach started growling.
What in the world?
Suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Well, with the thing about the dragon or serpent thingy in the lake. Okay. Close it! I'm like, my mouse sensitivity is usually pretty fucking high, so it's a little annoying that I have to move my mouse so much to close the book. I don't like moving my mouse around a lot, that's why I have the sensitivity so high. Alright. Oh, that's kind of cool. Brow! Oh. Gata!
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Oh. Okay, and this is...
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Yeah. Oh. Burpee. 1940 to 1948. So Birdie. We had a snake named Bob. Hilarious. Only 4 years? That's weird. Where's the note card for this one? Little parakeet, little budgie. Derpy. How did your bird live longer than your snake? That's wild. Is that a bearded dragon? Yeah. Rob. Lurpy? Is that a cockatiel? Another parakeet? Purpley? She's picks weird names. Honey Boo? Huh. What is this, Flurpy? No, it's Furpy. That looks like a lovebird, perhaps? And she keeps a little candle with them. Shrine what? Shrine sketches. Okay.
Edie
An
knit me a new
artist.
pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
I love that. I received a hand-knit scarf for Christmas this year. Stuff like that is like my favorite. Like when people make me things. You spent so much effort making me something with your own hands. I love that. Is that meant to be me? Edith?
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Okay, Louis and Milton are her brothers. Oh, wow. Molly, Barbara, Calvin and Sam, Walter, Dawn, Gus, Gregory, Louis, Milton, Edith. Wow. Whoa! Look at that beauty. Wow. Oh, is it one of those ones where it flips too? So that you could just be a regular table, you just like flip it underneath? Probably not, that looks like a drawer. Oh. I think I would have liked Edie. Hats. Hat boxes. Different tools and stuff. Dragon kills Finch. Yeah, I think I would have liked Edie. I like a crafty lady, you know?
The room was like a museum.
Oh!
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Love that you're nerdgasming over a vintage sewing machine in a video game. Hey, look. I can't, like, I like what I like. I don't know what you want from me. It did look like it's probably one of those ones, like, you know it's never gonna break. If it does, you could just, like, replace a part, fix it up. Those are the kinds that will be working forever. Because it's not electric. You just pedal away. Man. He set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. That's crazy. That's what she meant when she said the house sank. Got it.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Oh, that's the guy. The statue we saw with that house being built in the background? Jeez.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Okay. Free me. No, not what I want. Free me. Free me. Can I just... Okay, that's how I leave. Oh, you're not judging? Thank you. Appreciate you.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay, so we have Odin and Ingeborg. They had Edie. Edie and Sven had... Did they have 4 kids? Or 5? We gotta find out who Kay is. Interesting. And Edie was her great-grandmother. Okay, alright. Oh, and that's why there's the picture at the top, because Edith knows what she looks like, so we don't need to fill her in. Okay. The Mysteries of Death and Thereafter. Oh, he was an author? Joining the great majority? A quill? I guess there's no peeking out. I like that, kind of, yeah. Norwegian folktales? Yes, please.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Oh, that would have been so cool. Taxidermy. A gnome with 1 eye? Oh, no, he just doesn't have a mustache. Little gnomes.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
A mole man? But she was gay for him, too.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
I like that too, having it signed. Yeah, sign your house, you built it. Right. They're just doing some teamwork over there. Oh! This is the very fluffy
The only
pink
trace Grandpa
bathroom.
Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Kay is Grandpa Sam's wife.
It was a pretty big trace.
That's weird. No mirrors. Baby bubble bonanza. There's a secret in this bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Okay. Oh. A little photo, a little dark room for
Sven gave
photography?
Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Having flashbacks to Martha is dead. The shadows over the eyes are really dark. That's creepy. Spooky. Let's go. Oh, Milton had been here too. Is that just a bunged up can, or is that like... Ah, doesn't matter. Ah. Calvin and Sam. Oh, that would be so fucking cool. Dude. Just having, like, a fucking fort in your own bedroom? What? Oh, they have a national park? Neat. That's cool. Pretty sure those were aviators? Oh. Fair. But also looked creepy, though.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. and that he never talked about him.
Probably.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Wow.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Jesus.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
What?
I think he'd already made up his mind.
This is...
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
What?
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Yikes.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Didn't we all?
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Oh, Edie roped it off. I mean, better than sealing it, I guess.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Hmm. Oh! This is cool as fuck. Having a house with like a billion secret.
The passages were a pretty tight fit.
Yeah.
They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
That's a bra! Let me go through this one first. This one came first. Oh, that's just in here. Okay, shortcut. Sick. Barbara's room.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oh, nope. Mistake. He didn't come out. Eek! Did she want to be a ballerina? Imagine having a shrine to yourself in your bedroom.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack
Never mind.
with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Like Tales from the Crypt?
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Damn.
But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
Beastie Con.
Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan,
What the
and
fuck?
current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
So he didn't even get to the basement? Okay, so we're stealing music? What? Like a bop, don't get me wrong. Fuck, I'm gonna have to watch some horror movies soon. So who's hanging from the rafters?
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh!
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman Killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
You're fucking kidding me.
The old bitch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Okay.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Was it also a double feature?
Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Foreshadowing. A bony man.
Pocahontas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand.
Of course.
Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Uh-oh.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Hi, Kaylee. Are you gonna come hang out? Is it time for cat cam? Huh? Oh, there. Oh, right, there it is.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about avenging Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Right, it was through here, right? Fuck.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Okay, bye, Kaylee. She, like, sat on my wrist for a second, and then that's it. Ah.
Then had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oh! Fuck.
That's what I call a real eerie tale.
Yay.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Yuck. You couldn't have, like, cleaned that up before you sealed the room? Shit. The fuck are you doing, Mom? Well, now we know how to get to the basement.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Hello? There we go.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Oh, there's the, like, prototype for the dragon slide. I mean, it makes sense that you wouldn't be allowed down in the basement. There's, like, power tools and stuff down here. Not really something you want kids messing around with.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I mean, packages.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Huh. It's dark as fuck. There we go. Thank you.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories...
Wow. They were stocked up. Grape jelly. Creamy nut butter. His soup. Tasty beans. Sweetie crisps. This is great. Jiggly Farms is the grape jelly company. That's pretty cool. Pork chunky?
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
It's just, a little toilet, little kitchenette. Oh, okay, so this is a bunker. Full-on bunker. And where Walter decided to live, I guess. Wow. Oh, you traveled around? A painting to simulate the outdoors. Okay.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Jeez.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Albinos. Like carved into the wall. Wow.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
This is
I don't
sad.
mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Man.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Secrets.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else.
Okay.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
There's a light. Is that where the ship sank, maybe? The ship and house?
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
A chair!
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
So Dawn is her mom. Her dad is Sanjay, I guess? And Kay was with Sam. No, yeah, and... Yeah, okay. Okay. So there's...
Though, to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Oh, hey. Hello again, Kaylee.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but...
Okay. I need you to stop pushing my microphone around, little lady. You want to come hang out? You want to just lay down right here? There's space for you. Get your butt out of my face, though. Come on. You want to lay down? Yeah? No? Okay. Well, I need to keep going then. Until you make a decision, I'm gonna keep playing.
The pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Huh.
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Hi. Oh my gosh, this cat is so cute. Sorry, I just need to hug her because she's right here. Let me see if I could set up a cat cam just in case she decides to stick around. Like right there is probably fine. She's just a little lady. Ah, so no, that doesn't work. I'd have to kind of like pop you up here. And... Ugh, okay, this isn't working so well. Hey, Tiptoe, can you hang on to that, please? There we go. You're making this difficult. I'm trying to show people how wonderful you are, kitten, but you're just... Yeah, you just keep moving around. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, she demands hugs and snuggles and stuff. Are you going now? You done? Yeah, I guess that's it for now. Jack showed up, so they're gonna... Yeah, cat butt. He just likes to have some snuggles every now and then. A lot of headstones with no names.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Oh. That's gonna be important later. Okay.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Baby. Just a potato. Oh, there is a face. Cool.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Ah. Is he aimed at it? Hmm. Ah, there we go.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Surprising that it's still there, really.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Is this just a bench, I suppose? Okay, I just didn't want to be like, oh yeah, let me sit on this other person's grave.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
You know, when it was like, oh, 1, maybe 2, I'll tell you all about your family, I was like, okay, yeah, she's pregnant. 22 weeks pregnant, 17 years old.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Oh, that's what she meant by the passages were meant for smaller bellies. I just thought she was assuming it was children, since it was like all the kids' rooms were connected and stuff. I'm like, well, yeah. I related it to her comment about crawling through the doggy door and having it be a lot harder now than it was when she was 11, and I was like, well, duh. It's hard. I can't read these kinds of things. Like, if I can tell if somebody's pregnant before they're showing a lot of the time if I spend a lot of time around them. Sometimes their language changes really subtly, but there's no baseline with her. Baseline was pregnant.
They were both pretty intense.
Ugh. Ooh, arr. Okay. Whose room was this? Oh, this is Sam's room? Okay.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Hunting and joining the army. I randomly just point at people and ask if they're pregnant. I get weird looks when I point at chubby dudes. No, I worked with this girl once, and while we worked together, she came up to me randomly one day, and she was like, "I have to tell the boss something, but I think he might get mad. Like, I don't know how he's going to react." And I looked at her and I went, "Are you pregnant?" And she goes, "Do I look pregnant?" And I went, "A lot of people don't show until, like, more than 3 months along, so you could be. How am I supposed to know? Sorry for hurting your feelings." I was right. She was pregnant. Yeah, asking random people if they're pregnant is there is the risk of violence. Though asking dudes if they're pregnant, kind of funny. Kind of funny. I imagine you might get...
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Yeah, I think an answer that you could get eventually is like, "Are you pregnant?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant with this big shit I'm taking in an hour. It's going to be great. You know, like a food baby." Go open his diary. Read his diary. I did that. What? Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, they're photos. What the fuck?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are going to last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot me?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
I have to be out there. No, we can take a picture of this little island. Or that wasn't it at all, and I'm supposed to take a picture of something way out yonder? Oh! Found it.
Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold
Piss
still while
in.
I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done?
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced. Whenever you're ready. Great shot, Dawn!
Oh.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
How?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, wow.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Hello, friend. brother. What the childhood trauma did you just walk in on? Hey, Foxalicious, we're playing What Remains of Edith Finch. It is a sad game so far, where, you play Edith, and she goes around the house that she sort of grew up in. They moved out randomly, but she's going around and discovering the stories of all the family members, and how they died, because nobody told her shit growing up. Also, here's our friend Canada Goose. Lots of people hate Canada Goose. I've never had an issue with them. They don't, like, hiss at me or anything. Like, they're fine. They're just geese. My rule is if you don't fuck around with them, they won't fuck around with you. And it works so far. It works with bees. Also known as cobra chicken. Yes. Honk.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Finch control. Oh wait, were there like Milton painting? Oh, probably. Whatever. Milton has already seen all these passages. Oh, I guess that also you should know Edith is pregnant. So she kind of wants to find all of the stories so that her kid can know their family history. Yo, what? Divorce No, don't put it down! What the hell? I'm trying to read it. Oh, I'm gonna yawn first. A lawsuit has been filed against you. You have 20 calendar days after this summons is served on you to file a written response to the attached complaint petition with the clerk of this court located at... A phone call will not protect you. Your written response, including the case number given above and the names of the parties, must be filed if you want the court to hear your side of the case. All this family history seems to be buried. Get it? Buried because they're dead? Wow, Foxalicious. You did it. No, flip the page up! For crying out loud! Baby Bubble Bonanza. Flip.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this. If I move really slowly, will the music be wonky?
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Okay. You're not supposed to leave...
Over, Gregory. It's time to...
You're not supposed to leave babies alone in the tub like that.
Come on, sweetie. Hello?
Dawn, you fucked up. Or Kay?
Sam,
Kay, you fucked up.
I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Oh, I'm the frog. Oh, jeez Louise. Scary.
Lost in his imagination.
La 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 la.
Whatever it was he saw.
Let's get that whale. Beep beep. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
It sure made him happy.
Whoa! We gotta get them bubbles.
I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand.
This is very sad.
About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Well, that's a scary drawing of a baby. Gus with the money sign is hilarious. Height.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her,
We don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. So may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come
here.
But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh. Oh.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh, and he just kept flying his kite in a thunderstorm.
Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Jesus.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Ready, set, dead? Jesus. A little on the nose, don't you think? This is kind of weird. Rock wall? Oh, how fucking cool would that have been?
Loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
A bibble.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Alright. So we're gonna learn about Dawn and Sanjay now, I guess? We still don't have Edie. And then we need Milton and Louis. So I guess... Oh no. Okay.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna like the high-up planter things.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Guess they were all homeschooled then?
But it didn't last.
The curse!
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
The beginning of the end, okay. Mustache King!
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Another artist! Oh. We would be the same age. Cool. Oh my god, to have like your own little art studio. Ah!
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Why would you draw him cartoon when everyone else has drawn like their little pictures here? Why would you do that? You've made it weird.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Garbage. Or those are not garbages, those are giant vases or jugs or whatever.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
Uh-oh.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
And then it was canned salmon for everyone all the time.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room, except Lewis. Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Familiar, eh?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Double monitor.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. and songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis.
Minneapolis is
Until
funny.
one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisville, he heard rumors of a...
Oh my gosh. A beautiful prince or a handsome queen? A beautiful prince.
Beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for
sinister serpents.
Sinister serpents.
Yee. Book.
He followed the sound of his
electric sitar.
Electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Oh, Jesus.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Okay.
We began to forget the world we know.
Okay.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Okay. Do I have to go up there? Oh no.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Oh. That's not a calico.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh. Uh-oh.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Dang.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Bouncy, bouncy.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Just wanting to get away from it all. Oh. She's also an author.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Ah, so that paper fish was hers.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are
Edith,
very specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our
I'm
last...
not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Oh.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning.
Oof.
Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh. And the house was
It was
exposed?
the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things.
So...
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
So the red light at the house wasn't a thing?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
There it is.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Aww.
The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
I'm now the I'm about to be born.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Well, what'd she name him? Oh, I guess there was like... Oh no, that's the back of the house. Never mind. Aw. Oh, it's all pictures of them when they were kids? Yeah, Edith Jr. died. Well, as sad as that was, this has been nice. Glow glow. Yeah. I didn't really ever say, like, I guess Belton just disappeared and nobody knows anything about it. Yeah, this was nice. Johan. I got an achievement for seeing a specific picture in the credits here. Yeah, for all we know, Milton could still be alive. He just disappeared. Nobody knows. But did you have a favorite story? To be honest, that one, the Barbara Finch one, might have been my favorite, but that's because I like horror and like Tales from the Crypt Keeper and stuff, so they kind of like hit a soft spot for me. Yeah, did you have a favorite story or a favorite room? PG's Beach Habs. Annapurna. Isn't that the same group that did Stray? Oh, you missed the last couple because you were making lunchies, but Molly had a good story. Hers was definitely, yeah, she tripped balls till she died. I thought that was super interesting that she, like, how her dream progressed, and then she wakes up and she's like, oh, the monster's under my bed. Yeah, that was a solid one. So she might have been tripping balls because she ate those holly berries. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Yeah. The Edith Finch team. Wow. The replay a story option is now available. Oh, I never colored in her. Yeah, Dawn and Edie I never colored in. At least I don't remember doing it. Wow. Select Edith to play from the beginning. That's a really cool way of doing that. Wow. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna take a short little break to use the washroom. Maybe grab a snack or something like that before we go on to the next game. So we're gonna be playing, what are we gonna play? Inside. Inside was the next one. But yeah. Oh man. This was a good game. I guess I should also update my, my thingy on my profile to say that I played this. Man. Okay. Alright. So make sure that you was a good change of pace. Yeah, I do like some of the more story-driven stuff. I'm trying to play different kinds of games. Basically work my way through tons of stuff that I have in my Steam library that I haven't touched. Yeah. And I think there's like 1 day left. Such an odd choice for a game design. It's been really interesting. Because essentially it was kind of a point and click, but you got to move around a little bit. It was more like what's it called? Like a visual novel. But it was good. Yeah. I guess in the Discord, I think there's 1 day left for the poll that I put up to pick which dating sim I'm gonna play. Because I have a bunch. If I felt guilty about it, then I guess that would be my guilty pleasure, is fucking dating sims. I think the ones that are on there are Dream Daddy, I Love You, Colonel Sanders, and Monster Prom. And I think I Love You, Colonel Sanders is in the lead so far. I'll probably play that on Tuesday. Yeah. And I'll have to think of... Yeah, I gotta make my schedule for the week. Holy cow. Ugh! That's fine. Okay, so I gotta use the washroom, so we're gonna take our in-between games break. And I'll see you in a few minutes.